Today is Tuesday, June 30th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today, out of the Big Book, well, this is it. This is it, at least until tomorrow. But we are finishing up our time yet again with these two books, actually all four books this time. So we're finishing up the 12 and 12 today, the Big Book. We are going to end the 24 hours a day in daily reflection for a little bit and try something else for a little while now that we've gone all the way through both books. And this is it. I love these books so much, and it's such a joy to go through these every single time. It's so rich. It reminds me of the Big Book. I can read the same passage a million times and I get something different out of it. And I don't know if that's some kind of divine inspiration or interpretation, or if it's experience shaping my perception. Who knows? But I do know this. I love doing this. I love going through these books and just reminding myself of the problem I have, but also the beautiful solution I have. So, again, we're reading chapter 11, A Vision for You. We'll read the last page, 164. Out of the 12 and 12 or on tradition 12, we'll read 187 and read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. And with that, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. So out of the Big Book on chapter 11, we have gotten a beautiful recap of the origins of AA. We've gotten some rhetorical questions where the narrator of the book, or I should say those involved, answer those questions about, what makes the fellowship so powerful. And they give a demonstration of this couple that opened their home to the fellowship early on. And what's amazing to me is they talk about hopefully that AA will one day reach the hundreds. And as the publication of this was 1939, as it says in the chapter. So this is the last address that the book makes to its readers way back in 1939. So we're on 164. Still you may say, but I will not have the benefit of contact with you who write this book. We cannot be sure. God will determine that. So you must remember that your real reliance is always upon Him. He will show you how to create the fellowship that you crave. Our book is meant to be suggestive only. We realize we know only a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. Ask Him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who's still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order. But obviously you cannot transmit something that you haven't got. See to it that your relationship with Him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for us. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to Him and your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely of what you find and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. Out of the 12 and 12 are on tradition 12. Anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all of our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. And we left off at a point where, yes, the 12 and 12 does talk about how if it weren't for some people sharing the fellowship, AA probably would not have grown. But what do we do with that now? So we're on page 187. We'll finish off the tradition and the entire book today. As this tide offering top public approval swept in, we realized that it could do us incalculable good or great harm. Everything would depend upon how it was channeled. We simply couldn't afford to take the chance of letting self-appointed members present themselves as messiahs representing AA before the whole public. The promoter instinct in us might be our undoing. If even one publicly got drunk or was lured into using AA's name for his own purposes, the damage might be irreparable. At this altitude, press, radio, films, and television, anonymity, 100% anonymity, was the only possible answer. Here, principles would have to come before personalities, without exception. These experiences taught us that anonymity is real humility at work. It is an all-pervading spiritual quality which today keynotes AA life everywhere. Moved by the spirit of anonymity, we try to give up our natural desires for personal distinction as AA members, both among fellow alcoholics and before the general public. As we lay aside these very human aspirations, we believe that each of us takes part in the weaving of a protective mantle which covers our whole society and under which we may grow and work in unity. We are sure that humility, expressed by anonymity, is the greatest safeguard that Alcoholics Anonymous can ever have. "24 hours a day, June 30th. AA thought for the day. Alcoholics are unable or unwilling during their addiction to alcohol to live in the present. The result is that they live in a constant state of remorse and fear because of their unholy past and its morbid attraction, or the uncertain future and its vague forebodings. So the only real hope for the alcoholic is to face the present. Now is the time. Now is ours. The past is beyond recall. The future is as uncertain as life itself. Only the now belongs to us. Am I living in the now?" Meditation for the day. I must forget the past as much as possible. The past is over and gone forever. Nothing can be done about the past except to make what restitution that I can. I must not carry the burden of my past failures. I must go on in faith. The clouds will clear and the way will lighten. The path will become less stony with every forward step that I take. God has no reproach for anything that He has healed. I can be made whole and free, even though I have wrecked my life in the past. Remember the saying, "Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more." Prayer for the day. I pray that I may not carry the burden of the past. I pray that I may cast it off and press on in faith. Daily Reflection, June 30th. Sacrifice, unity, survival. The unity, the effectiveness, and even the survival of AA will always depend upon our continued willingness to give up some of our personal ambitions and desires for the common safety and welfare. Just as sacrifice means survival for the individual alcoholic, so does sacrifice mean unity and survival for the group and for AA's entire fellowship. As Bill sees it, page 220. I have learned that I must sacrifice some of my personality traits for the good of AA, and, as a result, I've been rewarded with many gifts. False pride can be inflated through prestige, but by living Tradition 6, I received the gift of humility instead. Cooperation without affiliation is often deceiving. If I remain unrelated to outside interests, I am free to keep AA autonomous. Then the fellowship will be here, healthy and strong, for generations to come. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading in today's books. Oh, man. First of all, the 12 and 12. I will be completely honest with you. I struggled for probably about a year of praying and asking people, am I even allowed to do something like this podcast? where I just read through the books and share my own personal experience. I didn't know if I was breaking anonymity to do that. And to be honest with you, 3 years later, I'm still not sure if I've gotten that right. I try to keep my identity relatively anonymous, and I definitely try my best not to speak on behalf of AA. That is never my intention. I just try to keep my own experience when I read these. So I hope that I'm not breaking tradition in any way. That's always been something I really wrestled with. Like, am I allowed to do something like this? And I got a lot of opinions about it. And on the other side of it, a couple of years later, I'm so thankful I did. It's helped me personally to do this every single day. As I said at the top of the show, I love doing this show. 1, it helps me with my own sobriety. 2, I enjoy it. And 3, I get to meet people like you listening, reaching out and sharing your experience, strength, and hope. It blesses me. So I sure hope that I'm handling it the way I'm supposed to. But again, I don't speak on behalf of AA or NA or any other sect or denomination. I am just a joyful drunk, honored to be here. And going back to the big book real fast, the last 2 paragraphs, aren't they powerful? Our book is meant to be suggestive only. Right there, these are all suggestions. No one's telling you you have to absolutely do it this way. Although for me, once again speaking of my own experience, when I've tried to follow as best I can what the big book teaches me to do, because, I don't know, sometimes I just needed somebody to tell me, to spell it out for me in a way that's so easy a caveman can do it, right? When I do it, I see the results of it. But nobody's making you do any of this. This is a choice. I love that they mention that. And they've mentioned that many times throughout the book, that these are suggestions. We realize that we know only a little. God will constantly disclose to you and to us more. Ask him in your morning meditation, I love this, what you can do each day for the man who's still sick. Thinking about others instead of ourselves. See to it that your relationship is right and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. Ironically, when I'm giving myself to others, somehow I'm spiritually fed. And when I'm spiritually fed, oftentimes others see it before I do. The attraction rather than promotion, right? That's beautiful. And I owe all that. And that's not a Rob thing. I owe all that to my higher power and the fellowship and program of recovery. And then this last paragraph, man, this is beautiful. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to him and your fellows. Clear away the wreckage. This is like a summary of the steps. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely what you find and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit. And you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road. And for the longest time, I misquoted this. As we trudge the road, not to happy destiny. That's what I thought it was, that one day I would hit that destination. I have arrived. But it doesn't say that. You will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. And simply what that means to me is happiness and joy is right here, right now. Talking about the present in the 24 hours a day, it's right here, right now at 6:30 in the morning. Yep, I slept in today. But I'm free. And we can have this freedom and this fellowship today, June 30th, 2026. It's right here. And we can trudge this together, walking with purpose together today. So I'll read that one more time. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. One of the greatest gifts that I've received from sobriety is true love, loving others unconditionally. when I see others who come into the room shaking violently or clearly still on something, my heart goes out to them, and I want to be there for them and try to walk them through the journey of recovery. One, because the steps have helped change my heart, but two, because that was done for me. And the way that I can give back to the program and the fellowship is to pay it forward for the newcomer, right? And I heard this quote about fear and love. If you don't mind, I'll read it real quick and I'll be done. Check in with yourself this moment and ask yourself this question. Are decisions being made in your life based on fear or love? If decisions are being made based on fears, you are in the grips of the ego. Ego and fear walk hand in hand in making sure that you have no peace of mind. Stay in close contact with sponsors and spiritual advisors to make sure that you are making decisions based on love. The ego does not like you asking for help and bouncing scenarios off your sponsors or spiritual advisors. In fact, it finds it most distasteful. And then finally, this last quote. The day the child realizes that all adults are imperfect, he becomes an adolescent. The day that he forgives them, he becomes an adult. And the day that he forgives himself, he becomes wise. It took me a long, long time and a lot of work to forgive myself for some of the things I've done in the past. But I can say that I have forgiven myself, finally, and I owe all of that to my higher power, the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, and the fellowship. It wasn't me. So what a blessing to go through this book one more time. And stay tuned. If we're given another set of 24 hours tomorrow, we will be going right back to the beginning, starting with the doctor's opinion and working our way right through the big book. And of course, for the 12 and 12 as well. And we'll read the NA Just for Today, I believe it's called. Let me double check. Yep, the NA Just for Today. That'll be our first recovery reading each day after the Cortex. And then Courage to Change from Al-Anon, which I've never read through either one of those books except for email chains for the Daily Ponderables. But I want to thank you all. Thank you so much for the encouragement these past 6 months, from January 1st all the way to June 31st. June 30th. Today's June 30th. It means a lot, more than you realize. A lot of times when I'd have my coffee with my wife, I'd see a comment pop up on Spotify. It notifies me when there's a new comment that's been made or whatever. And those little bits of encouragement, those daily check-ins, they mean more to me than you know. Thank you for reminding me that I'm not alone and there's a beautiful fellowship. We are united all throughout the world. It's a beautiful reminder. And it inspires me to keep going. And like I said, if we were given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to starting this journey back over with you again.